Okay, once again, we are starting in right after finishing that last map, so no time has passed. And we're doing this because it's the drinking competition, and there's a nice moment between Lugus and Jed. And I also just really like the drinking competition. It's a lot of fun, so we're gonna do it one more time. Maybe two more times. I guess Hugh's also involved with us. I'll figure it out later. Anyway, we're doing it right now. That's all that matters. The investigation made no progress as time continued to pass. Lawrence wasn't rushing me, but I was getting more and more impatient. There was one more thing that was bothering me. During this time, the wolves and hawks would all join together as townspeople to enjoy the festival. That was what I heard, at least. I've heard about it, but still. I'm sick of those hawks! They're completely out of line!
They think they own this town! The ones getting forced collections are all part of the wolf faction.
Yeah, I understand. I know that you're all angry.
Then please do something!
Yes. Levi, you're our only hope.
You may say that, but Levon has his own plans about this, so you shouldn't go out and do this on your own.
I remained silent at the edge of a table while heaving a sigh. I thought back on what had happened until that moment. While on a job, I ran into Levi in town, and he asked me to join him for a meal, as he does. I made sure that it wouldn't be Francisca's cooking, and then he took me to the tavern where I'd been working recently. The people of the vigilante group at the tavern saw Levi and then came up to him one after another. At first, the talks were in high spirits, but someone started complaining about things, and the group gradually grew larger. And that was where we were now. I understand that they don't like each other, but I wish they could save it until the festival ends. I didn't think it was too much to ask for. At the very least, it was the wish of the Lady of the Wolf Clan. I never talked about it directly with Levon, but I was sure he didn't want there to be conflict either. But it was a fact that there were lots of people who were unhappy, and the cause of that lay with the Clan of the Hawk. What does Lugus think about this? This boy. When I met Lugus while I was dressed in women's clothing, he was reasonable. But that was Lugus in his private life. What would Lugus think as the heir to the Hawks?
You all should just stop it right there. It's nothing to shout about. What if someone dangerous hears it?
And who might you be referring to?
Everyone turned to the source of the voice. Lugus! At the entrance of the tavern, Lugus was standing with about a dozen men.
Why would you come here now?
I just happened to stop by. I was passing the tavern and heard your loud voices.
Oh, really? So you came to complain or what?
The people who were complaining loudly earlier now looked down in silence. The only one looking up and glaring at Lugus was Levi.
It's nothing. If you want to cry, then cry all you want.
You stray dogs sure yelp a lot, just like the losers you are.
Oh, the little chick's with you too. What do you want, anyway?
Why would I come here for any reason aside from getting a meal?
Looks around anxiously. Everyone was on a short fuse. What should I do? I couldn't just sit idly by. Oh, this looks like fun. Whoa! I heard a whisper in my ear. Right, she was here too. This was the tavern worker who asked me to break up with Lugus for her. Are you okay? Lugus is here. Don't worry about it.
Do you have enough seats for all of us?
Lugus went and spoke to the worker. Did he not notice? See? I told you that he doesn't even remember my face. Hey, brother is talking to you. Answer him. Oh, sorry. With your party size, do you mind sharing tables?
Sharing tables with wolves? You've got to be joking! Can't you do something about that?
Well, Well, I'm not so sure about that. Brother, let's go to another place. They all smell like wet dogs, so being here will make me lose my appetite.
But there aren't any other places that can fit our group.
Oh, I know. If we kick out those dogs, then it wouldn't smell anymore. Come, you dogs, leave this instant.
We were here first. What the hell are you going off about?
Why do we have to listen to the Hawks anyway?
These people couldn't talk back to Lugus, but they seemed to have no issues yelling at the girl. But the situation wasn't good. I needed to do something before it escalated. I think we can just move over to make room. We have enough chairs.
Why do we have to yield to them?
I said I hated your wet dog smell. Now get out!
Stop it right there. I don't want to yell at some kid. It's immature.
Oh? Did you just treat me like a child?
Stop it, T. We're not here to instigate any fights.
Then can you withdraw from here?
There is this thing about hierarchy between our clans. If we leave because a wolf told us to, it will hurt the Hawk clan's reputation.
Who decided that? That's stupid.
It may be stupid, but the fact remains that many people think that way. Lugus, upon your command, we can eliminate them. What did you say? Go ahead and try.
We're not so weak that you can just brush us aside.
Don't move! Lay a finger on Master Lugus and you'll pay for it!
You started this. No matter what happens, don't blame me.
Oh, brother. So many short-sighted people here.
Come, everyone! Kick out those dirty dogs! Oh, please don't. If you're going to fight, take it outside. What was with all of this? Levi, Lugus, and T2. All the people around them. Why were the people who represent the wolves and the hawks all like this? I felt like a fire was flickering behind my eyelids. A fantastic flame that would burn everything around me. The old traditions of this town, the feud between the two families, and the witch's eye that would act as the trigger. If I became the kindling in this fight, then I would gladly leave town. That was my intention to begin with. Even if I were gone, if the wolves and hawks continue this stupid feud eventually...
Stop it!
My emotions were swirling about and exploded in a yell.
Dad?
He must have been particularly surprised because a deflated exclamation was all that escaped him. It wasn't just Levi. Everyone there seemed to have been caught off guard.
You got a problem with this?
Of course I do!
Once someone raised their voice, it all went downhill from there. That was fine. I would just continue shouting at the top of my lungs.
Aren't you all supposed to be governing this town? Why are you causing trouble? Hey, don't get so mad. Calm down. I am calm. You're the ones that aren't calm.
What's your problem? You're just a pet dog. How rude. How dare you talk to brother and me that way?
I understand what you wish to say, but how do you intend on calming the situation?
What do you mean?
Can you end things peacefully while saving face for all of us here?
Lugus asked me, almost as if to test me. I wasn't thinking about ending things peacefully at all. I only shouted at them in the heat of the moment. Lugus looked at me in silence, and I was unable to answer. Something about that mortified me. How do I show up Lugus?
How about a drinking contest?
Was he there the whole time? It was the old man who used to be a peddler. He seemed to be at the tavern often. He got off his chair at the counter and walked over.
Or was it an unnecessary suggestion?
Not at all. His sudden appearance surprised me, but even more so was that there was something about him that my eyes were drawn to. I didn't notice it before, but he had a large birthmark on the back of his right hand, like somebody else I know. It looked like it was in the shape of a flower. Maybe it's a clematis flower? My mind wandered off briefly.
What say you?
You've got to be joking! A drinking contest is vulgar! How dare you try to make brother do that?
I thought that a stupid contest would be best to stop a stupid fight.
If you don't want your precious brother to do it, you can. I don't want to! Why should I? I don't mind. It sounds fun. If you want to turn tail and run, I won't stop you. We have no tails! We're not like you dogs! Jed, you're doing this too, right?
But alcohol, I had never had it before. It was completely unknown territory to me.
I see. Well, in that case, this place serves a nice cup of specialty juice. How about placing your wager on that?
Bet off of juice? I didn't know they served juice here. Oh, you mean the hat? Let me get it ready.
Huh? Why do you look so happy?
You seem to know your way around things. Not at all.
So what do you want to do?
What? Now you're scared?
Seems like the heir of the Hawk clan is a coward that's afraid of a little drinking contest.
Master Lugus, there's no need to play their little game. No, now is the time to show your strength.
The crowd was getting visibly and verbally excited, shouting nonsense. What did Lugus intend to do? Would not accepting the challenge be shameful?
So you're doing it too?
Huh? Sure. If it wasn't alcohol, I had no reason to refuse. And truth be told, I kinda started this.
Very well. I'll do as you say just this once.
Master Lugus?
That's the spirit. It'll be fun crushing you.
Frankly, Lucas's response was unexpected. I thought he would make a disgusted face and just leave. He's got respect for you.
Brother? Are you serious?
It should be fine once in a while. It is necessary for us to experience the ways of commoners.
But in that case, I shall join too.
You?
It's not fair. They're pitting two against you. A little chick getting thrown into the fight won't help much. How many times do I have to tell you I'm no chick?
Lugus and T sat down at the table with Levi and me. I never thought the four of us would be here together, sitting at the same table.
Now then, if I win, you'll be leaving here quietly.
I'll throw in the same conditions.
Brother would never lose to the likes of you.
Unfortunately, I'm not on your side, Levi.
Huh? Hey, Jed!
I'm mad at you too. I glared at him while recalling the anger earlier. He looked slightly regretful. One of Levi's good points was that he could admit to his own faults, but his biggest fault was causing trouble that could have otherwise been avoided.
Oh my, internal discord already? You all look so unsightly. Shut up! I'm going to win, so none of that matters.
Let's get this started already. I don't have time for you.
Yeah, here it comes.
The worker brought over 4 large steins. Looks delicious. They were much bigger than I thought. The glass mugs, each with a dark green liquid inside, were lined up on the table. They were filled to the brim, nearly overflowing. Not only did they look intimidating, but they smelled pungent too. Every onlooker was pinching their noses.
That smells! Are we really drinking this?
Uh-huh. Looks healthy.
T expressed her honest concern while Levi put on a front. Lugus remained silent, but I saw a sheen of sweat appear on his forehead. I'm pretty sure this tastes as bad as it looks.
Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go!
The old man made the call, and everyone immediately put the mugs to their lips.
Blah!
Blah!
and they immediately moved it away. Except me. I forced myself to chug it all down. It was just as bad as I imagined. No, it was much worse than that. It was bitter, spicy, and muddy. Plus, it reeked, but it's not as bad as Francisca's worst cooking. Another! I slammed down the empty stein on the table. Everyone in the tavern, including the other 3 contestants, looked at me with widened eyes.
You finished it already? Really? This thing?
How the hell can you chug this?
You sure you want to keep sipping at it? Or do I not even need to get seconds?
Ugh.
Damn it! Just you watch!
The 3 of them frantically tried to drink it again, but it was still slow going. Being able to drink this was nothing to be proud of, but I felt like I won this race. Thank you, Francisca. Levi got what he deserved because he never finished your cooking. I internally thanked the person to whom I owed my victory.
How can you even call this edible?
I could clearly see T's half-crying face from across the table. Being way ahead of the competition, I felt calmer than usual. Back then, did I make the same face when I ate Francisca's cooking? Francisca was always there, smiling at me. It was different from this strange juice nobody knew who made. Feeling sorry for her, I reached my hand out. Give it to me. I took T's mug.
Hey, what are you doing?
There's no reason for you to force yourself to drink that. Eating and drinking should be something you enjoy. I chugged down the contents of the mug that wasn't even a tenth emptied.
I put my mouth on that.
T protested, but I ignored her and drank it down. I handed back the empty mug into her tiny hands. Okay, T, you're second.
Huh?
T blinked a few times in confusion. Seeing her make that face showed that she could still act her age.
You serious? You drank 2 of them so easily.
I'll take another.
Seemed like Lugus finished his too. The usually calm Lugus slammed his stein onto the table loudly. You want to keep this up?
Of course. Bring more.
Okay, here are the seconds.
2 more were brought over. I grabbed one immediately, but I saw that Lugus was hesitant.
Ugh.
I didn't know Lugus could get so competitive. He could be kind of cute in how he refused to lose. This girl's always like, he's kind of cute, you know. Speaking of which, he said that it would go against his convictions to run away. But we were in the middle of a serious match. I couldn't admit defeat. My drinking speed was much quicker this time. Phew! Another!
What? Already?
Hey, nice one, Jed! Get a bigger lead!
Oh no! The brother! Hang in there!
The 2 who had thrown the match were focused on cheerleading. Lugus was forcing himself to drink more, but his usual expressionless face was filled with pain and suffering.
Jed.
Huh? He pulled the still full mug from his lips. It felt refreshing to hear him call me by name.
If you win, what do you plan on ordering us to do?
I'm not going to order anything of you. I just want to ask you to do something.
I see.
Lugus stopped for a moment. He still held his mug in hand while being lost in thought. After a moment, Lugus slowly let it go.
I yield this match.
A momentary silence. The crowd went wild with cheers.
All right! Well done, Jed! I knew you could do it!
Ow! Stop hitting me. But thanks.
Why are you so happy? It was Jed who won.
Huh? I can't hear you.
Never mind.
I won. It was a stupid competition, but I won. I felt more tired than happy about this. Did Lugus just yield to me? If we continued, I probably would have still won, but I prefer to not continue drinking that thing. And if Lugus did that out of consideration, then I would have to express my gratitude.
Now, let me ask you, what do you desire from us?
Oh, right. Levi, can you listen? T2.
Yeah.
Yes. For a while, at least until the end of the masquerade, I'd like for the wolves and the hawks to get along. Can you? I looked to each person at the table. All three of them looked troubled.
You're asking for the impossible. How can we get along with the hawks?
I'm not telling you to be good friends forever. Besides, isn't the masquerade supposed to be that kind of festival in the first place?
That was in the past. Nowadays.
You sure are talking crazy.
I heard the voice of the other heir at the entrance.
Gah! Levon!
Levon, how long have you been there?
I got here about the time your match started. I heard the commotion and rushed over, but I didn't make it in time.
And you were just watching us? That's not fair.
You think you have a right to say anything after you caused all this?
He was mad, but that was a given. We caused a fight representing the wolves without Levon present. But my request would be meaningless without Levon's cooperation. Levon, can you?
Declare it.
It took him a long time, but Levon finally answered. But what did he mean?
You started this fight and won it, so you should be the one to declare it, as the representative of the clan of the Wolf.
But...
If you can't, then take it back.
Ugh.
Haha, that's nice. Go ahead, Jed.
Damn. There were people laughing, but I had to do this. I looked around at the crowd near the table. The wolf faction all turned to me. Might as well do this. I took a deep breath and spoke loudly so that everyone could hear. As a representative of the Wolf clan, I request a favor of everyone here. Until the end of the festival, I want everyone to not instigate any sort of quarrel and also cooperate to make the festival a success. I said it all right, I think. The whole tavern was quiet. Soon, I heard applause from the Wolf clan, though they didn't seem entirely convinced.
You did fine. Now, what does the heir to the Hawk clan have to say? I will not renege on the conditions of a competition. As heir to the Hawks, we shall follow the word of the winner and lend our efforts to make the festival a success.
Levon, Lugus.
Fine.
How can we get along with the Wolf clan? Levi, T, you will get along, right?
Blah. With this little chick?
With this stray dog? If you're going to get along, you can't call each other that. The two of them gradually turned to each other. Levi soon gave in and opened his mouth.
Well, if the representative of the Wolf said so, I can't refuse. Aren't you in the same position?
Huh? Well... Yes. If brother says so. Levi held out his hand to T.
Well, let's get along, T.
Same. I'll be patient with you just a little while. Levi. Still hesitant, T daintily touched his fingers. It seemed like they couldn't shake hands yet. But... to think that there would be a day when these two would call each other by name. I'm sure I'm not the only one surprised. And now my Levi and T ship can continue sailing. It might just get stuck in the harbor, but it's got a shot again. At the very least, everyone here agreed to play nice until the masquerade was over.
You seem rather agreeable to all this. You're free to think what you want. Then I will. Judd, we might as well have a toast.
A toast?
Sounds great! We need some ale, for 5 of us! You guys can order whatever you want.
Sure thing.
Got it.
Whatever. I did want something to cleanse my palate.
Wait, I can't drink alcohol yet. Me neither.
Just pretend to and hold up your mugs.
But... Should I really be drinking? It's not that I wasn't interested in alcohol, but I didn't really want to drink right now. While those two thoughts battled internally, new mugs were lined up on the table. Unlike the previous drink, this one had a bubbly foam and a golden amber color.
It's only proper to yield to the hawks this time. A toast to the fulfillment of the prior declaration.
Come on, hold up your mugs.
Yeah. Like this?
Cheers!
I imitated the others clinking their mugs together. The ale spilled onto my hand. It was cold, but it felt nice. The elder 3 started chugging their drinks. I was quite envious of them, but I was hesitant about whether I should start myself. For now, let me just smell it. I put my face closer to it and took a light sniff. It smelled of wheat. It was a bit different from fresh-baked bread, but it did smell appetizing. Oh, it's kind of nice, actually. My head felt hazy, the music got louder. It was like sleeping while being alert. Was I standing or sitting? Huh? What's going on? There she goes. In the next moment, I fell off the chair and onto the floor.
What the? Hey, Judd!
No way! You didn't even drink it yet!
Did you get drunk from the smell?
Are you okay?
Doesn't look good.
No way! I thought he was kind and also quite attractive just a little while earlier. But I didn't think he'd have a cute side too. That's cheating! The voices nearby all seemed to be far away. The voices continued to become more distant, and the moment they disappeared, I lost consciousness. Our poor girl. And she's out like a light. Alright, and with that, I will bring you guys in when something else happens. Okay, we made it to our next map, and this is the aftermath, I guess. We're gonna go hang out with Lugus in the North Alley. See what he has to say. I don't even remember what happens here, it's been so long. The back alleys weaved through the gaps in town. I decided to check the place out, but as expected, there was no one to be found. As I turned around to leave... Who should I run into?
What are you doing here?
Someone called to me. Lugus, what about you?
I'm checking on the security points. The wolves alone won't be enough for the duration of the festival.
So you're saying you'll cooperate with the wolves?
That was the promise.
I wasn't doubting Lugus, but seeing him actually keep the promise we made gave me a sense of relief.
And you?
Huh?
You haven't answered me yet. What are you doing here?
I was just wandering around.
Don't come here without a purpose. I've told you before. A murder happened here. It's not exactly safe.
Ugh. Sorry.
Leave the dangerous things to me, or the wolf heirs. Now get out of here.
He got mad at me. Or rather, more like a scolding. I didn't think I was so weak that he needed to say that to me. He just wants to take care of you. I remained, so he started glaring at me. Probably should get out of here. But there was one thing I wanted to say. Thank you for yesterday.
There's no need for you to thank me.
I know. But still, thank you. His brow was still furrowed, but his eyes weren't cold. He seemed to express a lot more emotion than I thought. Like yesterday.
What are you smiling about?
I'm not. I quickly tightened my lips. Thanks for helping with the masquerade.
Yeah.
I suppressed the urge to stay longer and talk and decided to move on. Swiftly.